My name is Heidi Boulanger, and I'm here today to introduce you to Roger Rule, author of The Rifleman's Rifle and other books and host of this series of episodes, Special Guns with Roger Rule.
Thank you, Heidi, and welcome. And welcome, viewers, to my 30th episode of Special Guns with Roger Rule.
What do we have here today?
The theme of these new videos is to introduce viewers to fine Italian guns and brilliant Italian engraving. Today, this video is introducing another one of the handmade gun makers in Italy, Mario Beschi, and one of the greatest Italian engravers in the world, Manrico Torcoli.
Another superstar engraver?
He is listed as a superstar in the book, The Italian Gun, by the authors Steve Smith and Lori Marl, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Staying with the tradition of my format, I want to introduce the maker first. Mario Beschi was located in Gardone, Valtrompia, Italy. In that same book, the authors wrote that the maker was, I quote, a traditional handmade gun maker who specialized in over and under hunting guns that were made exclusively to order, close quote. They go on to define handmade gun makers as makers of best guns. Mario Beschi's shotguns were made with chopper lump barrels. The authors state that Beschi built two models of over and unders, and both of them were on the Holland & Holland pattern, custom order only. Other confirmation of their quality is the fact that all of their engraved guns were engraved by the best Italian master engravers. The Blue Book of Gun Value shows the dealer Thad Scott was one of the dealers that imported Mario Beschi guns, but they could only be purchased by placing an advanced order. In other words, they were what the trade calls bespoke guns, which agrees with the authors who described his guns as custom order only. Although well made, they had poor marketing, and the company went out of business in 1995.
Is this the first gun we've covered where the maker is no longer making guns?
Yes, in this new Italian series, except that both Bertuzzi and A&S had some interrupted years in their production, but this one actually stopped.
When was the gun made that we were looking at?
This gun was made in 1985, about 10 years before the maker stopped production. But here's the crazy thing. This gun, a Mario Beschi box lock over and under in 20 gauge, is in totally new condition, as if it were in a time warp. It is cased with paperwork and has a certificate of engraving, which is numbered matching the serial number of the gun and signed by the engraver. The case is new and the gun is new. Let me pick it up. First, we want to check to see if the gun's unloaded. You can see that. In describing it, this is a 20 gauge, has 2 3/4 inch chambers. It's got 28 inch over and under barrels, which are the best chopper lump barrels, choked, modified, and full. It has a hand filed, matted, ventilated rib with 2 white beads. They are fitted and spring-loaded with the automatic injectors. The barrels are inscribed Mario Beschi, Gardone, VT, Italy. VT is for Valtrompia. One of the strongest points of this gun is its remarkable action, which is partially a takeoff of the great action invented for the boss side lock over and under. Inside the receiver, there are clever trunnions on each side of the action, which fit the hinge bites on the sides of the lower bites on the sides of the barrel to create the action hinge and to allow the frame to be scarcely taller than the stacked barrels themselves. Adding to that, it has an underbolt lockup, which could be described as fastening bolt that protrudes out of the base of the breech face. It is controlled by the gun's top lever that locks up with a full width groove at the base of the barrel block. This is a very high quality action design. If it had been built with side locks instead of a box lock, its perceived value would have been much higher. This is a design usually found only on guns with side locks costing at least 4 times as much. The receiver is coin finished with a hold over open top lever that's blued. The other blued parts are barrels, the dealy and edge forearm release, 2 forearm escutcheons, forearm iron, manual safety, trigger, bow, and its long lower tang tied down with 2 engraved screws. Overall, the fit and finish are best gun quality. For gold work, the gun maker's name is gold on the underside of the receiver. The serial number's in gold on the engraved long tang trigger guard, and the safety is indicated with a gold S for the manual safety. And the gun has a gold trigger.
I haven't seen very many over and unders that didn't have a pistol grip.
This has remember these were made to order. This stock shape is called a straight hand English grip and would have been ordered this way, obviously by someone who wanted it, preferred this type of grip. The forend is a field forend in a classic style with generous hand-cut point pattern checkering, again around 32 lines per inch, aligned at 2 points on the stock and coming together with 2 points for plush patterns on the forend. The wood is fancy English walnut with rich brown and black colors and a lot of fiddleback green. See the fiddleback?
Yeah, I really like that wood.
In addition to the inlaid dealy release, there are 2 detailed sculptured escutcheons that are engraved to secure the forearm iron. The stock is oil finished and measures 14 1/8 inch pull from the gold-plated trigger to the checkered butt. The drop of the comb is 1 1/2 inch. Drop at heel is 2 1/4 inch with a 3/8 inch cast off. Has a great weight of 5 pounds 15 ounces. Where the gun excels beyond the maker's remarkable design and craftsmanship is the fact that it's a world-renowned Italian engraver, Manrico Torcoli, has exquisitely hand-engraved this high-art gun with fine Bellino game scenes. On the right receiver side, the composition includes 2 rough grouse over water feature with 2 realistic aspen trees to the left, a leafless maple on the right boundary, and a very detailed wood in the horizon. On the left receiver side, there are 2 more grouse, one in flight, the other preparing to land light on the water. The artist shows an inclined hillside in the background from a woodland on the left, bringing your eye down the slope to a cache of wild wheat on the right. The receiver side flats are surrounded by phenomenal deeper cut acanthus scroll that is executed to the highest level by the master engraver, covering the balance of the receiver, sides, top, and bottom. Torcoli is best known to be one of the best engravers for this combination of Bellino style game scenes and phenomenal work. This gun is a true work of art. It was available at a fraction of the cost of the engraving alone. Torcoli regularly signed his work with his childhood nickname Mimi, standing in for his full name, Manrico Torcoli. His signature can be seen on the right receiver wall at the bottom, just beyond the aspen trees. Right down there.
Another one I need a magnifying glass for.
As I said, this is virtually a new gun and comes with the maker's leather trunk case, which includes Mario Beschi's pouch. by using the label with the open top as a pocket. It has two documents with it. The first certificate is Italian, and the maker's tri-folded certificato with gauge, serial number, chamber size, top choke, bottom choke, and barrel length, all typed in appropriate boxes, and the signature of Mario Beschi added to that one. The other one is the engraver certificate number 36, and shows this gun, serial number, and engraved by Manrico Torcoli and signed by his nickname Mimi, and dated December 9, 1985, sorry, written in the European format day, month, year. Accessories include gold oil bottle, 2 gold snap caps. The whole ensemble is so new, the leather case straps have never been inserted through the leather loops on the case. The whole thing is new, literally, as I've said, as if it were just pulled out of a time capsule. Manrico Torcoli is one of the world's leading master engravers. A lot of his work is on some of the world's best sporting firearms. According to the authors of The Italian Gun by Steve Smith and Lori Morrow, his engraving is, and I'm quoting this from the book, so fantastic that you find yourself admiring his composition as much as his powerful rendition of his subject matter by taking Bellino engraving to a level all his own. His game scenes are full of surprises. A grouse peeks out of a berry patch. A fox emerges from a forest, unaware of a grouse quietly arresting above his head. Of all the engravers, Torcoli relies less on scroll work to embellish the borders of the action. Instead, he utilizes the entire surface of the action as if it were one continuous canvas. His use of Puto and as well as Bellino results in a dynamic interplay of light and shadow, and by superimposing planes, he teases the eye into seeing much more than otherwise would. Close quote. I love that description. Torcoli is also one of the fantasy engravers known to include nudes, sometimes with snakes, sometimes with horses, a woman clothed with a peacock and nothing else, or a naked lady with a couple of tigers, which stirs up the image of Stefano Pedretti's nude with the 2 black panthers from episode 26. From the book The Great Guns by Marco E. Nobili, many photos of Torcoli's work are shown. Page 545, there's a lower photo showing one of his mythical scenes. On page 797, there's a scene of 2 horses with a woman. And then in page 282, the authors list him as one of the greatest Italian engravers. In the other book, The Italian Gun, the authors Steve Smith and Lori Morrow include Manrico Torcoli as one of the superstars of the Italian engraving. According to the company Connecticut Shotguns Incorporated, the few master engravers they have chosen to work on their A. Gallison double gun, which is a Boss clone, are Giancarlo Pedretti, now deceased, Stefano Pedretti, and Manrico Torcoli.
Wow.
That very short list speaks for itself.
Wow, this one really impressed me.
Well, impressed me too. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you, viewers, for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and share with others. And I hope you join us for our next video, continuing my Italian gun tribute and featuring the engraving of the incredible Walter Patelli.
Ciao, everyone.
If you want to get involved with these types of guns, I recommend gunsinternational.com. The owners are great people. I know them and have been using their website since they started. I find it the best source for both buying and selling any great collectible gun.